bitches! Yes! Yes!
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
Hey folks, Crazy Clamorady here again, and this time we're going to look at a request. This was by YouTube user Charlie Cat, and this was a Neo Geo game, but only released in Japan, created by a company called Face, and with assistance by Minato Giken, and this is called Gururin. It is spelled Gururin. And you only use the A and B buttons and the 8-way joystick, although you only move the joystick left and right. And this is a puzzle game that is very, very difficult. And it didn't get a lot of praise. I'm not big on it. The idea is kind of cute. What you do is there are actors and actresses that represent puzzle pieces. And in, I think, 2 of the modes that you can choose from, there are 3 of them, there will be 2 characters at a time. And one of the other modes, which is just solo play, you can control 3 of them at once. And these actors and actresses, which are grouped in, like I said, 2 or 3, they need to be linked up in 3 of the same color, or more of the same color. You cannot rotate the pieces, which sucks, but you can rotate the stage that they drop into. Yeah, they're like actors in a play. And they fall into a stage instead of a well. But yeah, you can rotate the stage by pressing A or B. And you can rotate it left or right. And you can rotate it multiple times as you keep pressing the buttons. But yeah, you can move the pieces as they fall, or the actors or actresses, to the left or right. And once a certain number of them link together, 3 or more, then they will turn into these soldiers or warriors, and then they are eliminated. And there are 3 different modes that you can play. The first is solo mode, or 1-player mode, and this is where you will actually have 3 at a time, even though they show 2 in this tutorial here. But there are what are they? There's a pink guy. Let's see. Put a list of what they are. There's a pink old man, a gray fat man, a yellow girl, an orange woman, a purple robed man, and a green vested man. And see, you can rotate the whole stage left or right. And you have a nice big well in 1-player mode. I think the well is a little bit shorter in 2-player simultaneous play. But yeah, the first mode is solo mode. The second mode is challenge mode. That is 1 player versus the computer, and it's a story mode playthrough. And you can continue if you lose, if you don't manage to beat the computer. And then the third is 1 player versus 2 player, and you just get a best out of 3 format for that. We'll look at all these versions or modes. But yeah, you need to have 3 either vertically or horizontally. You can't get 3 in a row or more diagonally. The game will often help you out by showing an arrow telling you which way you can rotate the stage and eliminate some pieces by making them fall. There will be special pieces that can appear, and they can give you points, or they can rotate the well for you several times, or they can eliminate one column. And there's also one that can eliminate all objects of that type that it lands on. And then there's one that I think increases the difficulty. But you'll notice that it looks that special piece looks a lot different from all the other pieces, or actors, actresses, etc. See, we're seeing that arrow telling me to rotate it a certain way so that I can eliminate some pieces. And now the pieces start falling faster. You cannot slow their descent. You can speed up their descent by pulling down on the joystick. This is kind of a cute idea, but it's still a really hard game, and there's kind of broken English in this game, and the story mode isn't really that interesting. There will be 8 different characters that you will need to defeat in the story mode. There's a bug boy, there's a pig butcher chopping up sausage, there's a drunk tanuki, I think it is, there's a nerdy turtle student, there's a fox that's smoking, and he might own like a garage or something, it looks like. He's got like a pile of tires next to him. There is a bird man, there is a mage woman, and then there is lastly a demon. And I believe you have infinite continues if you need to use them. And we're in trouble, because if you try to put more actors or actresses on top of ones that are already at the edge, then it's game over for you. When you are playing against an opponent in 1-player versus computer or 1-player versus 2-player, then I don't know why that happened. Was that supposed to happen? There's like empty spaces that characters didn't fall into. That might have been a glitch with the game. Maybe another reason why it didn't do so well in the arcades. And that's that. It's game over. But like I was going to say, if you play 1-player versus computer or 1-player versus 2-player, when you get X amount in a row, 3 or more, then you will send a skull to the other player, and they will do the same to you if they get 3 in a row or more. And those skulls can only be destroyed if you get 3 of them in a row. And you can do that by rotating the stage. So now that we've done player 1, solo play, now we'll go with the story mode. Player 1 versus the computer. And here you only have 2 pieces at a time instead of 3 in solo mode. Yeah, the different special pieces that can fall in are there's a crystal that grants you 500 points. There's a tornado that will rotate the well or the stage several times. And here's this kind of nerdy bug boy, and they will have a little bit of English dialogue with you. there is a press that will eliminate the column that it drops onto. There's a crown that's worth 100 points. There's a number 10, and you'll hear a little laugh when you or the computer sends a skull the other way. There's a 10 that will, like I said, I think it ups the difficulty, or maybe makes the pieces move faster. I don't remember for sure. And then there is a symbol, and I don't know what the hell it is, but if it lands on a tile or a piece, all similar pieces will be eliminated. So I'm doing better than the computer thus far. Like a number of other puzzle games, and the speed at which the pieces fall increases quickly in for one player versus two player versus computer. What was I gonna say? Yeah, you'll see all those skulls that I'm sending the computer's way. But don't ever feel comfortable, because the other player can get super lucky and turn the tide super fast, and that was common with a lot of puzzle games around this time, which was why I wasn't usually a big fan of the puzzle games. And there's a pig chopping up sausage. Kind of disturbing. Well, this is the second stage. Like I said, there are 8 stages. There's the bug boy, there's the pig butcher, then there's the drunk tanuki, there's a nerdy turtle who's a school student, there's a fox that's smoking a cigarette, and I think he works in a garage or something. There's a bird man, there's a mage woman, and then there's a demon, and that is the final boss. Yeah, you can eliminate the skulls by getting 3 or more in a row, or you can drop the press on them. You cannot, and remember this, you cannot rotate the stage anymore once the pieces are about to enter the stage. And while they're falling, yeah, you cannot rotate the stage. It's kind of a cute idea, but yeah, the game's too hard, and that little glitch, it didn't happen very often, but I don't know what made that happen, where a piece did not fall all the way down, and for some reason it stopped short. I don't know why that happened. If any of you know more about this game than I do, I don't know everything about it, I'll admit that up front, then leave a comment about things that I might have missed about this game. But I'm not a big fan of it, and it didn't really do all that great in arcades. Didn't get a lot of positive reviews from what I've heard. And now we're gonna play against the drunk tanuki. Yeah, that really bothered me about puzzle games around this time. It could look like you were doing well and you did everything you needed to win, but sometimes the computer just got super lucky, and then they just turned the tide immediately, and then they won, even when it looked like you were really whooping their ass at one point. Yeah, if you play a 1-player versus 2-player, which is the third mode, you have to have a second player playing, so you each need to put in a credit. Then you play a best out of 3 format, and whoever wins the first 2, or whoever is first to win 2 games, is declared the winner, and both your games are over. As you saw, there is a high score list. You can put in your initials. You don't score much in this game, as you might have noticed. See, it looks like I'm about to win, but the computer can quickly turn the tide with a good elimination of a bunch of tiles at once. But like I said, you can get three in a row or more of the skulls and eliminate them that way, or you can drop the press on them. Ah, damn it. Are you drunk or what? What about you, dude? Some interesting characters you can choose. You can choose card suits, Heart Club, Diamond Spade, little faces or emojis. And I neglected to continue right here. That gal is the mage, the second to last enemy you'll face in the story mode. We're gonna just look at what it looks like to beat each character, the winning or their losing dialogue when you beat them. I don't want to take the time to actually beat every enemy, so we'll just scoot forward to what their dialogue is, and we'll take a look at their dialogue when they beat you. And now here's that fox that looks like maybe he's a mechanic, smoking a cigarette. We'll scoot forward. I cheated to get through all this. In the MAME cheats, you can have 3 characters falling at once instead of just 2 in the pieces. See, there's 3 that were next. I also put in a cheat to make it the same pieces every time, so I could just keep dropping 3 at a time and automatically sending a skull to the opponent when they drop down. She says, let me use my magic. She starts you off with a couple of skulls. But there's me beating her. You're not gentle to a lady. And this is the final enemy, the demon, I guess. And we'll scoot forward to me having beaten him. Well done. I've nothing to say to you anymore. And then we'll see the ending, which isn't all that great. This is Gururin, and I think it means something like the circumference of an area or something, and that maybe being the stage here. You know, that you drop the pieces into. Yeah, like I said, I was not a big fan of the puzzle games right around this time, because they were too hard, and it looked like you were beating the pants off an opponent, and then they got lucky and totally turned the tables on you. And I thought that was unfair. I can appreciate, Tetris and Columns, stuff like that, the absolute classics, but all the ones that came out of the woodwork, I just kind of wasn't interested in them. And yeah, those are the warriors that you turn your pieces into when you get 3 of a kind or more. That's Gururin, and now we're going to look at the losing or the dialogue when they win. You're so weak. And you might be able to put in your initials, or not if you didn't get a high enough score. And note that your next pieces, when you lose, they're upside down. You aren't good at all. Screw you. What? That's pretty bad English. It was easy to lose for sure. I just kept stacking those pieces on top of each other. You wimp. You're not enough for my enemy. Okay. But we will eventually look at a little bit of one-player versus two-player mode. Like I said, whoever wins 2 games, that's going to be the end, and both your games are over. I think there are infinite continues. Maybe not. I don't know for sure. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and look at 2-player mode, or at least a little bit of it. And I mapped the controls for both players. And we get the same pieces. But yeah, again, you cannot slow their descent. You can speed up the descent of the pieces. It's possible to both lose at the same time, and in that case, it doesn't even say it's a tie or anything. You just automatically play again, and it doesn't count as win-loss on the best out of 3 format. But yeah, remember that you cannot get 3 of a kind or more diagonally. I mean, you can, but they won't be eliminated. Yeah, again, this was only released in Japan, not in the US, and I don't think it would have gotten much notice in the US. Oh. So this is what it looks like when one player gets eliminated. So you get your tally recorded in stone there, and then once somebody wins 2 games, both their games are over. But that was Gururin, and this was created by a company called Face and a company called Minato Giken in 1994. Well, I thank you very much for watching, and I hope you join me soon for my next entry in my 20 from 1993 series. Take it easy, everybody. Bye-bye.